When it comes to heavy-duty diesel engines, three names dominate the conversation: Cummins, Duramax, and Powerstroke. These engines have earned their reputations for power, durability, and performance, becoming staples in 3/4-ton and 1-ton trucks from Ram, Chevrolet, and Ford. But while each has its loyal following, opinions often stem from brand loyalty rather than a deeper understanding of their unique strengths and challenges. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating evolution of these engines, what makes them so iconic, and how to choose the right one for your needs. Subscribe to the channel. Duramax is General Motors' answer to diesel power. Born in 2001 through a joint venture with Isuzu Motors, this engine line was developed in Moraine, Ohio. Duramax engines feature a V8 configuration, offering compact yet muscular designs. The flagship 6.6-liter V8 Duramax comes with direct injection, a variable geometry turbocharger, and 4 valves per cylinder, operated by an overhead valve setup. You'll find Duramax under the hoods of Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks like the Silverado 2500 HD and 3500 HD, as well as the Sierra equivalents. With a well-earned reputation for durability, a properly cared-for Duramax can easily rack up 300,000 miles or more. Duramax has gone through several iterations since its inception, each improving on power, efficiency, and emissions compliance. The first generation, known as the LB7, achieved 300 horsepower and 520 pound-feet of torque with common rail fuel injection, turbocharger, and a 4-valve per cylinder design. It powered the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra HD trucks with impressive strength. Despite its success, the LB7 wasn't without flaws. Injector failures were a notorious issue, with leaking fuel causing engine damage. GM extended the injector warranty to 200,000 miles, a move that won over many loyalists. Even with its problems, the LB7 remains a favorite among tuners for its raw power and simplicity. In 2004, the LLY version took over, adding an exhaust gas recirculation system to meet stricter emissions standards. It also improved cooling and raised power output to 310 horsepower and 605 pound-feet of torque. But the LLY wasn't perfect, struggling with overheating during heavy towing. Owners often resorted to aftermarket fixes, as GM service bulletins didn't fully solve the issue. Despite these challenges, the LLY held its own, continuing to power Silverado and Sierra HD trucks. By 2006, the LBZ arrived, and it's widely regarded as the best Duramax engine ever built. Stronger pistons, a tougher block, and refinements in the fuel system made it both reliable and powerful. With 360 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, it balanced performance with durability. It didn't face the major issues of earlier versions, making it a prized engine for used truck buyers even today. The LMM followed in 2007, introducing a diesel particulate filter to reduce soot emissions and more efficient variable geometry turbocharger. While this met new environmental standards, it also brought challenges. The DPF system led to fuel dilution issues, particularly during frequent regeneration cycles. Although GM issued service campaigns to address these problems, reliability took a hit, and the LMM was seen as a step down from the LBZ. The LML, launched in 2011, brought even more emission controls with a selective catalytic reduction system using diesel exhaust fluid and improved lubrication system. With 397 horsepower and 765 pound-feet of torque, it was a powerhouse, but it wasn't without faults. DEF system failures and high-pressure fuel pump issues plagued the LML, sometimes causing catastrophic engine damage. These problems led to class action lawsuits and recalls, making the LML a controversial chapter in the Duramax story. Then came the L5P in 2017, a clean-sheet redesign that addressed past issues and pushed the Duramax to new heights. With 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque, it's the most powerful and reliable Duramax yet. Innovations like direct flow EGR, a revamped fuel injection system, and a stronger crankshaft made it a standout. Early on, some trucks faced DEF sensor failures, but GM quickly issued recalls and handled repairs under warranty. The L5P powers the latest Silverado and Sierra HD trucks, offering exceptional towing power and efficiency. The Duramax journey is a story of relentless improvement, overcoming challenges, and earning its place as a diesel legend. An integrated exhaust brake improves downhill control, and adds to the truck's overall utility, while cold start technology ensures reliable operation even in sub-zero temperatures. The combination of the L5P and Allison 10-speed transmission provides drivers with excellent drivability, whether towing heavy loads or cruising unloaded on the highway. The current L5P produces an impressive 470 horsepower and 975 pound-feet of torque, placing it slightly below the Powerstroke's 1,200 pound-feet, but comfortably ahead of the Cummins base output of 850 pound-feet in its standard form. Durability is a hallmark of the Duramax engine, with many owners reporting lifespans exceeding 300,000 miles without major issues when properly maintained. The story of the Powerstroke engine begins with the 7.3-liter IDI, indirect injection, first introduced in the 1980s. Although not officially part of the Powerstroke moniker, the 7.3 IDI was the predecessor to the Powerstroke family, powering Ford's trucks like the F-250 and F-350. This engine was developed in partnership with International Harvester and was known for its durability, longevity, and simple design. While not the most powerful engine of its time, it built a solid reputation for reliability and longevity. In 1994, Ford introduced the 7.3-liter Powerstroke, the first engine officially bearing the Powerstroke name. The new Powerstroke engine was a major leap forward, thanks to the introduction of turbocharging, hydraulic electronic unit injection, and electronic controls. These and other innovations gave the 7.3-liter Powerstroke 235 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque by 1999, a huge improvement over its predecessors. Known for its ability to run for 400,000 to 500,000 miles without major issues, the 7.3-liter quickly became a favorite among truck owners and was widely praised for its reliability. In 2003, Ford introduced the 6.0-liter Powerstroke, which represented a major shift in technology with the move to a variable geometry turbocharger and intercooler design. The 6-liter was a step forward in terms of performance, producing 325 horsepower and 560 pound-feet of torque, making it more powerful than the 7.3-liter. However, this generation became infamous for its reliability problems, including head gasket failures, oil cooler malfunctions, and issues with the high-pressure oil pump. The 6-liter also struggled with its EGR system, which led to numerous engine failures, particularly in trucks used for heavy towing or fleet applications. Ford responded with a series of recalls and technical service bulletins to address these issues, but many owners reported ongoing problems, leading to a tarnished reputation for the 6.0-liter Powerstroke. In 2008, Ford introduced the 6.4-liter Powerstroke, which was designed to meet stricter emissions regulations while maintaining strong performance. This engine produced 350 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, but it was also plagued by a host of issues. Much like its predecessor, the 6-liter, the 6.4-liter suffered from problems with the fuel system, turbochargers, and EGR system. Additionally, the 6.4-liter introduced the diesel particulate filter, which further complicated the engine's emissions system. The DPF was prone to clogging, and regeneration cycles would often cause issues with the engine's performance, leading to poor fuel economy and frequent visits to the mechanic. Ford issued recalls and service bulletins to address some of the DPF-related issues and even replaced multiple engines for a single vehicle. Despite this, the 6.4-liter Powerstroke still had its loyal fans, particularly in the 2008 to 2010 Ford F-250 and F-350 Super Duty trucks. In 2011, Ford introduced the 6.7-liter Powerstroke, a major overhaul that incorporated several significant upgrades, including the use of a larger turbocharger, a more refined fuel system, and a new EGR cooler. This engine produced 400 horsepower and 800 pound-feet of torque in updated version, making it one of the most powerful diesel engines in the segment. It also featured an improved emissions system with the addition of selective catalytic reduction technology, which helped reduce NOx emissions. While the 6.7-liter Powerstroke was considered a major improvement in terms of reliability, it still had a few issues to address, including problems with the turbocharger and issues with the DPF and DEF system. However, compared to previous generations, the 6.7-liter had a much better track record for longevity, and it became known for its strong towing capacity and overall durability. In 2017, Ford updated the 6.7-liter with a new sequential turbocharger, new injectors, and further refinements to the emissions system, boosting output to 450 horsepower and 935 pound-feet of torque. Its reliability has been far more consistent compared to earlier models, though some owners have reported issues with the turbocharger, high-pressure fuel pumps, and DEF system. Still, these problems have been relatively rare, and Ford has issued recalls or technical service bulletins when necessary. The current generation 6.7-liter Powerstroke, with 475 horsepower and a staggering 1,050 pound-feet of torque, the Powerstroke outpaces its Duramax rival in torque while closely matching Cummins' heavy-duty variants. This immense power enables the Powerstroke-equipped Ford Super Duty trucks to achieve a maximum towing capacity of over 37,000 pounds when properly configured, setting it at the pinnacle of the heavy-duty truck segment. It features a Gearhead variable geometry turbocharger, a Bosch-sourced high-pressure common rail fuel system, forged steel pistons, a compacted iron graphite engine block, aluminum cylinder heads, and an instant glow plug system. It pairs with Ford's 10-speed torque-shift automatic transmission, a smooth and intelligent gearbox that maximizes the engine's output while providing adaptive towing and driving modes for various applications. While newer generations of the 6.7-liter Powerstroke have been more dependable than earlier iterations, common issues include turbocharger failures, EGR clogging, and injector problems, particularly in high-mileage units. Finally, we have Cummins, the legendary name that practically wrote the book on diesel durability. The story begins in 1919, when Clessie Cummins founded the company in Columbus, Indiana. Fast forward to the late 1980s, Cummins struck gold by supplying engines for Ram trucks, kicking off with the 5.9-liter 12-valve in 1989. Today, Cummins engines are still manufactured by Cummins Incorporated, maintaining their reputation for industrial-grade reliability. Cummins engines are typically undersquare inline-six beasts, a configuration prized for its balance, simplicity, and low-end torque. The modern 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel comes with high-pressure common rail direct injection, 4 valves per cylinder, and a single overhead cam valve train. As for the trucks that make Cummins shine, look no further than the Ram 2500 and 3500, particularly from 2010 onward. These engines have been known to outlive civilizations. Crossing the 500,000-mile mark is more rule than exception, with proper maintenance. Modern Cummins engines have undergone a remarkable evolution, solidifying their reputation for power and reliability while adapting to changing emissions standards and customer demands. It all began with the iconic 5.9-liter 12-valve Cummins engine, which debuted in diesel-powered Ram trucks. Featuring a mechanical rotary injection pump, direct injection, and 6 cylinders in an inline configuration, this engine produced 160 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. Its simplicity and reliability quickly earned it a devoted following, particularly in Dodge Ram 250 and 350 models. By 1994, stricter emission standards and the demand for more power drove updates to the 5.9-liter engine. A new P70-100 injection pump was introduced, boosting power to 215 horsepower by 1996 and offering greater tuning potential. However, this generation also revealed the killer dowel pin issue, a small alignment pin in the timing gear housing that could come loose and cause catastrophic engine damage. In mid-1998, Cummins further evolved the 5.9-liter engine with a 24-valve design and a high-pressure VP44 injection pump. This generation improved airflow and power output, reaching 235 horsepower, but the VP44 pump itself became a reliability concern due to heat sensitivity and poor lubrication. The next major leap came in 2003 with the introduction of common rail technology. The 5.9-liter common rail Cummins engine was quieter, more fuel-efficient, and cleaner burning. Equipped with the Bosch CP3 injection pump, it delivered higher injection pressures and better fuel atomization, pushing power up to 325 horsepower and 610 pound-feet of torque in later models. Despite these advancements, injector failures due to contamination were a common issue in this generation. In 2007, Cummins unveiled the 6.7-liter turbo diesel engine, meeting stricter emissions regulations with features like DPF and EGR system. This engine brought a significant power boost, eventually reaching 400 horsepower and over 1,000 pound-feet of torque, making it a towing powerhouse for modern Ram heavy-duty trucks. However, early models faced reliability challenges, including clogged DPFs, carbon buildup in the EGR system, and poor fuel economy. The current generation of the Cummins engine, the 6.7-liter turbocharged inline-six diesel, features a variable geometry turbocharger, allowing it to deliver optimal power across a wide RPM range while improving fuel efficiency and reducing turbo lag. The high-pressure common rail injection system ensures precise fuel delivery, enhancing performance and minimizing emissions. To comply with stringent emission standards, the 6.7-liter Cummins employs a comprehensive system including EGR, a DPF, DEF, and SCR. These systems work in tandem to reduce nitrogen oxide and particulate emissions. Additionally, it includes an integrated exhaust brake, a feature particularly valued by those towing heavy loads, as it improves braking performance and reduces wear on traditional brake components. For cold climates, Cummins integrates advanced cold start technology to ensure reliable operation even in freezing conditions. The engine generates up to 420 horsepower and a staggering 1,075 pound-feet of torque, giving it class-leading towing capability. The 6.7-liter Cummins powers the Ram 2500, Ram 3500, and Ram chassis cab trucks, catering to both personal and commercial applications. This engine is paired with two transmissions, depending on the configuration. The robust 6-speed Eisen automatic transmission for the high-output version and the 6-speed 68 RFE automatic transmission for standard output models. The lifespan of the Cummins engine is one of its strongest selling points, with many owners reporting 500,000 to 1 million miles of use without major issues when properly maintained. Reliability has been a hallmark of the Cummins name, but it's not without its challenges. Common issues include problems with the EGR system, DPF clogging, and injector failures, particularly in trucks that are used for frequent short trips or are improperly maintained. Additionally, DEF-related system faults have been noted, though regular maintenance and using high-quality DEF can mitigate these problems. Maintenance on a Cummins is generally straightforward, and the engine's inline-six design makes components more accessible compared to V8 configurations like the Duramax and Powerstroke. In the end, choosing between Cummins, Duramax, and Powerstroke engines comes down to your specific needs and how you plan to use your vehicle. Cummins engines are over-engineered to excel in heavy-duty applications and long-distance hauling, offering legendary durability and low-end torque. Powerstroke engines shine for towing, hauling, and even everyday commuting, even though they have history of head gasket issues, while Duramax provides a balance of towing power, performance, and efficiency, making it a great choice for recreational vehicles like SUVs, though it has struggled with fuel system reliability. It's important to remember that proper use and maintenance play a much greater role in reliability and engine life than the badge on the fender. How the vehicle is driven and cared for makes all the difference. Ultimately, all three brands deliver reliable performance, and their differences become most apparent when matched to specific applications. Whether it's heavy hauling, occasional towing, or a mix of both, your choice should align with your priorities and the tasks at hand. Before you go, we'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with these engines in comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.